Joining us right now is the 2018 U.S. Pizza Cup champion and owner of Paulie G's in Chicago. Say hello to Derrick Tung. Derrick, thank you so much for stopping by.
Hey, Bill, pleasure
Really
to have
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for having me.
Derrick, hey, listen, I've never met a pizza that I didn't love, okay? But you brought a few different styles that you serve at your restaurant. Isn't pizza all the same? I mean, what do we got here?
No, it's not all the same, Toonie. We are going through quite a few different styles, and we serve 3 styles at our restaurant. A Neapolitan-inspired, wood-fired style pizza, New York style, Detroit style pizza.
Hey, you're gonna teach us right now how to make the perfect pie.
Are you ready?
So how exactly do we go about making the dough for the pizza?
Absolutely. Here, I'm gonna hand you one of these doughs to work with.
All right.
Get in there,
Turn
Bill.
this
Now, I'm
over.
not licensed. Is that okay? Can
You
I
know
handle
what?
dough without a license?
I deputize you today.
Oh, that's good
just
news.
today we'll get
That's
you
very
going.
good news. All right.
So great dough is made with flour, salt, yeast, and water. And then the other big piece you need is time and temperature. You got to give it time to develop flavors, time to develop the gluten structure, all the good stuff that we go into. So here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do is take our fingertips and we're going to try to create a little bit of what we call the cornichone, or the edge of the pizza.
The cornichone.
The cornichone.
All right.
Technical term. Very technical. And so now, once you have that edge down, we're never going to touch that edge again. And now our goal is to really just focus on pressing out through the bottom.
All right.
So you're just going to run your fingers up and then go around the edge again.
All right, I can do that for you.
We're going to try to do that until we can fit our hands right into that dough to get to the next part of our stretch. So now once you get it to about hand size, we're going to do what we call a table stretch. This is one of our beginner stretches. So on the table stretch, I'm going to use one hand to hold down the pizza a little bit.
All right.
And then the other hand is going to just pull gently and stretch it around. So I'm going to pull it and then release the pressure of that anchor hand.
Pull it and release.
And we're gonna get it to the size of about a 10-inch pizza. Put a little bit of flour on.
Hold on a second. A little bit of flour, all right.
Take your hand into a fist.
Yeah,
And
and
then
punch somebody.
No, Bill.
Don't punch anybody.
Oh, wrong show, wrong show.
All right.
Put your fist lightly right here. And then we're gonna take our left hand and just drape it over our fist real light.
Like this.
Bill,
And then you can get another fist underneath.
Right under here.
And so you can just do a little bit of stretching here. And then when you're ready and you wanna get fancy with it, bend your knees.
Bend my knees.
And then pop it up in the air.
Throw it up in the air and catch it. Here goes, ready? Up and catch it.
There
Just
we
like
go.
that, huh?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Now we're talking.
All right, okay, so now that the dough is done, what's next?
And so I'm gonna grab a little bit of sauce here off the
Get
top.
The sauce.
Spread it out as far as you can go without hitting that crust, ideally. So next up, I like to put the Romano next.
Okay.
So we got a nice even spread. So take a big handful of that. And just
Handful of
sprinkle
Romano.
it on.
Take some fresh mozzarella. A little bit for the kids, little bonus.
Perfect.
Now I do the same thing. I sprinkle it.
So we're gonna sprinkle it around, and you don't want any big heavy chunks of it in any one position. So make sure to spread it out nice and even. What do we think? Basil today?
Basil today.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit
Basil
of green, a
today.
little bit of,
Gotta get our greens in, you know?
then a little olive oil to finish.
Oh,
So nothing
smells so
crazy,
good.
but it helps fry up the basil a little bit.
Are we ready to cook it?
I think we're ready to cook this pizza.
Okay, great. So how long do we cook it for?
So in this oven that we're using, we'll be cooking this pizza at 750 degrees for about 3 minutes.
May I open this for you?
Please, I'd be honored.
There you go. Get it all the way back in there.
in the back, and we're gonna give it a little wiggle, a little shimmy and shake.
Derrick, it's been about 3 minutes, so why don't you check that bad boy?
That was a long
All
3
right.
minutes, Derrick.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Look at this. Here we go.
You can hear that first bite, a little bit of crunch,
Oh.
that gooey melt on there.
So good, Derrick.
Hey, tuners, listen, if you're in the Chicago area, be sure to check out Paulie G's.